Welcome back to the LFR family. Sorry to give you all this sexy that's on the screen. Make sure you hit that like button. And today we're about to talk about something that had me rolling. And I saw how Larry Elder handled this gentleman that called to his talk show trying to act as, oh man, I'm not even going to tell y'all to just hit the like button, gang. Let me get all of this sexy up off the screen for y'all for a moment, all right?
He is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jimmy, how are you?
Jimmy in Charlotte, North Carolina, called into the station.
Yeah, Larry, I'm doing well. Hey, when they go around at the cabinet meetings with Trump and kind of drool over him North Korean style, are you kind of embarrassed by that?
Is that your question? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden drool for 4 years? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden stumble going up and down the stairs? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden trip on the stage? Were you embarrassed to watch Joe Biden avoid taking a cognitive test? Are you embarrassed that Trump took it and passed it with flying colors? Are you embarrassed the way Joe Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, leaving behind $7 billion of equipment? Leaving behind hundreds of Americans, thousands of Afghans?
Yep.
13 service members killed at Abbey Gate?
And nobody was talking about that. Every time you wanted to bring that up into in discussion, they act as if Trump did something worse. And he has not.
Several more injured, thousands of Afghans killed. Very likely encourage Putin to invade Ukraine. Very likely encourage Hamas to slaughter Israelis on October 7th. Are you embarrassed that Joe Biden said nobody told him that the Taliban would come back and that the Afghan government would dissolve, even though generals testified under oath that that was exactly the advice that he was given? Are you embarrassed that former Treasury Secretary Lawrence Summers, Democrat, served under Bill Clinton, told Joe Biden that all the spending would be inflationary? He did it anyway. Are you embarrassed we had 9% inflation? Are you embarrassed that gas prices under Joe Biden were 50% higher than under Donald Trump when he came into office? Are you embarrassed that all of these Democrats and much of the media covered up for Biden's cognitive decline? Are you embarrassed that Mike Johnson, the speaker, said that he'd had a private conversation with Joe Biden finally after all the aides were dismissed? He said, Mr. President, please explain to me why you signed an executive order banning the export of LNG, liquefied natural gas. And Biden said, I didn't do that. He said, Mr. President, yes, you did. No, I didn't. He goes, oh, I know what I did. I signed an executive order to study this. He said, no, you didn't. Does that embarrass you? None of this stuff embarrasses you. Are you embarrassed that for 4 years we were told you needed comprehensive immigration reform in order to close the southern border? Are you embarrassed that Donald Trump succeeded in closing the border in 30 days without any new legislation? Are you embarrassed by any of this?
That's what made me vote for Trump. That was the final straw for me. All of that, what they call it, the border bill. Holy moly. I started really paying attention at that point. And Larry Elder is not even done. He's almost done. I'll run my mouth in a second.
Are you embarrassed by all the waste, the fraud, and the abuse that Trump and Doge are finding? Does any of this stuff embarrass you? I'm serious.
All right, guys, real quick. So one of the best parts about being a content creator is that companies reach out to us and they send us things for free. So CozyEarth.com has reached out to us and said they want to send us some pajama sets, some blankets, some sheets. I said, give me one of those bamboo pajama sets. I want one of them bubble cuddle blankets. That's what I want. And I want some sheets as well. Why? Because the holiday season is coming up. And one of my favorite parts is chilling with my family in my pajamas, under a blanket, talking sugar honey iced tea, eating snacks. And I want to extend that to you all as well. It's risk-free when you go to their website. 100-day trial, trying on their stuff, sleeping in it, seeing how you like it. Also a 10-year warranty on their items as well. This weekend only. From Thanksgiving all the way to Cyber Monday, when you go to CozyEarth.com and you put in the code LFR, you're going to get 40% off. Yeah, 40% off. It's the best deal of the year. And wrap the ones you love in luxury with CozyEarth.com. So all of the money that's being found by Doge is nuts, but they're still denying that. They're acting as if it doesn't exist. They're like, what's the point? You're hurting the people. They're trying to put up something negative to every positive thing that he does. But let's go back to the reason why I voted for Trump. I voted for him because of an array of things. I started paying attention to politics probably like a few years ago. And up until that point, I was voting Democrat each time. I changed to a Republican after Obama's first term, but I was still voting Democrat, thinking I was some type of a Trojan horse, acting like I'm Republican, and because And the way them black ladies was looking at me when they looked at my card, they said, whoa, like you black. You do know you black, right? But anyway, so I started paying attention and I started seeing how they were using us and was not helping us nearly as much. They was pretty much using, they use the worst of these or the poorest of us or the least intelligent of us, so that they can continue to fatten their pockets. All they need is for us to keep them in power so that they can do whatever they want. They'll throw us some crumbs, but then we become super dependent on them. And they know this by throwing us crumbs. So by us, I mean black people. So a lot of people, black people have gotten used to those crumbs, dependent on those crumbs. And that's what they vote for. And anytime they can see themselves losing hold of those crumbs in any type of way, they panic. And if you look like me and you vote for the other side, then apparently that means that you hate me. Okay. So anyway, so in order for them to get the votes that they wanted, they started bringing all these illegals over here. And when I was hearing that, I wasn't believing it. I thought it was just propaganda from the right. I thought MAGA was lying. That's what I thought. I thought MAGA was lying. But since I'm not the type of black person that just gets offended at a lie or something like that, rather I look into it a little further. That's exactly what I did. And I realized that MAGA was not lying. That the Biden administration was bringing in tens of millions of illegal immigrants from around the world and was patting their pockets, was putting money in their pockets, each of their families' arm pockets. And that right there just sent me over the top. So back to what they're talking about, what Larry Elder is throwing back at him, all of these things that caller, Jimmy from Charlotte, North Carolina, should have considered before throwing darts at Donald J. Trump. It was brilliant. And it wasn't anything like I'm so intelligent that I'm coming up with this. Nah, he is intelligent for remembering all of those facts. Boom, 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 like hitting him like that. He whooped Jimmy's ass. Jimmy did not get a punch in. That was something like somebody throw a punch at somebody and they just catch it on the jaw, pause, no dilly. And then they just whoop your ass. And that's exactly what happened. But Democrats won't acknowledge their failures because they want to stay in power. They make too much money. They make too many connections. They got the inside scoop on everything. Look at Nancy Pelosi's investment portfolio. People from around the world are following her husband's investment portfolio. Actual billionaires are following, you know what I mean? So this means something. And they'll do anything to stay in power. And I believe that Republicans are far less detrimental to American citizens than the Democrats are. The Democrats are just, it's like they don't give a damn, but they act like they care about the people, but all they want to do is use the people. They want to, it's sad, it sucks. But shout out to Larry Elder. He slaughtered dude, man. He slaughtered dude. Yeah, shout out to Larry Elder. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. All right? And share this, please. I appreciate it. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.